Right now, you are probably spending hours brainstorming, scripting, and editing every single piece of content. What if I told you there's a way to turn Claude AI into your personal content factory, generating YouTube scripts, blog posts, and even social media captions in minutes instead of days? I went from publishing once a week to daily, and today I am revealing exactly how. AI is lying to you about true productivity. Let me expose the hidden bottleneck. Think of ChatGPT as a brilliant short-term memory artist. It is fantastic with what you tell it right now. Claude, however, is like a master archivist with access to your entire brand library at once. You can give it your complete brand voice and every past article. The key insight is, true consistency requires that deep, instant recall. That structural depth translates directly to reader trust. When your content flows logically from point to point, building a coherent argument, the audience feels guided, not confused. ChatGPT often delivers brilliant fragments that you must painstakingly assemble. Claude delivers the complete, polished narrative skeleton ready for your voice. This isn't about writing sentences. It is about building a brand. Claude deeply understands your unique voice and replicates it everywhere, from a script to a tweet. This automatic consistency turns scattered content into a powerful, recognizable identity that audiences instinctively trust without you ever having to manually enforce a style guide. Forget hiring. This AI workflow creates your entire content team. The single master prompt is a myth that creates brittle systems. Instead, build a living command center, a central knowledge vault where your brand's core principles are actively maintained. This isn't a one-time instruction, it is the operational brain for your content factory, ensuring every output is instantly recognizable, strategic, and authentically yours. Stop writing prompts and start architecting intelligence. Think about your absolute best piece of content. That wasn't an accident. It revealed a core truth about your audience. Now, feed that winning structure and emotional tone directly into Claude's knowledge vault. The system recognizes the pattern, decodes why it worked, and then replicates that strategic DNA across every new script and post you create. Now, you build your content machine's core operating system. You command the format. When creating a YouTube script, use this exact visual and verbal structure. For a blog post, apply this specific heading hierarchy and paragraph length. For social media, deploy these precise hooks and cadences. The system now obeys your strategic blueprint. Think you need a team for scale? One AI workflow proves you wrong. Now, instead of hours staring at a blank page, you get instant clarity. This isn't just a generic summary. The structured outline strategically maps every major retention point, including the exact hooks that will pull your audience in from the very first seconds, giving you a complete intellectual blueprint to build upon with confidence. Now, with your intellectual blueprint, you infuse it with life. You instruct Claude to transform each section from a skeletal point into a rich narrative. This is where you embed compelling data, relatable anecdotes, and the persuasive logic that builds belief. You are not just listing information, you are architecting an experience designed to hold attention and deliver profound value. Now, we bring it from blueprint to broadcast. How do you lock in viewer attention and command the algorithm? The final layer is strategic polish, adding verbal cues for the editor and crafting a compelling call to action. This precision ensures your script isn't just complete, but optimized for the YouTube ecosystem itself. This one AI workflow secretly creates 10x content for you. Now, let's talk about repurposing that script. The key insight is that a great video script already contains the core ideas for a powerful article. This system does not just copy and paste, it intelligently expands your framework into a long-form narrative, weaving in critical SEO elements to ensure your blog dominates search results. What many creators miss is that each platform demands a unique narrative voice. The pattern clearly indicates that an article needs depth and structure, while social media requires sharp hooks. Here's what's really happening. This system prompts Claude to re-architect your core message for each medium, transforming a single idea into a complete, platform-optimized content suite. You think headline A/B testing is clever? That's just noise. The key insight is that most creators write to defend their idea. You must instead attack it. Generate these headlines to find the flaws in your own argument, creating a narrative so robust it compels the click. Your message must survive its own gauntlet first. This isn't another AI hype story, it's the exact workflow I use daily. This step transforms potential into actual workflow. We are building a two-way street where Claude's intelligence systematically fills your content pipeline. The key insight is that this connection creates momentum. Your ideas become scheduled assets automatically, eliminating the friction between creation and planning. This is your system's operational backbone. Now, consider the efficiency gain. When your templates deliver perfectly formatted content directly into your platforms, you are not just saving time. You are standardizing quality and scale. What this means is your entire content assembly line is automated, from Claude's draft to a scheduled post, locking in your operational consistency. This is your content engine running at full power. The system works like a precision printing press, taking one central idea and stamping it into perfectly tailored scripts, articles, and posts all simultaneously. What this means is you are no longer creating single pieces, but commanding an entire content campaign from a single, powerful prompt. You are wasting hours on content creation. Your method is fundamentally broken. Do not just edit for grammar. You are editing for humanity. Claude speaks like a flawless machine, which is exactly the problem. The key insight is you must aggressively strip out its clinical perfection and inject your own rhythm, your unique phrasing. What this means is your checklist targets personality flaws, not typos, forcing the AI's output to finally sound like you. But here's your warning, do not just slap a story onto a generic outline. That feels fake. The pattern clearly indicates you must weave personal experience directly into the AI's logical structure, transforming its framework with your authentic voice. What this means is your story isn't decoration, it's the core rewrite that forces the content to become yours. And this is where you win. Set one non-negotiable checkpoint, a final human edit. Do not just check for errors. Listen to the voice. Does it sound like you? That last strategic review injects the emotion and nuance automation cannot replicate, transforming good AI output into content that connects and converts. This is your signature. Protect it. Forget hiring. Your biggest bottleneck is a silent AI habit you do not even see. So you have a process. But what if you scaled its output? The key insight is to shift from single outputs to entire production lines. Instead of asking Claude for one script, you architect a system that delivers a week's value in one structured session. This transforms a creative assistant into a full-scale content factory. The system now generates entire content pillars, not just posts. You are not creating a single piece, you are building a permanent, automated library. The data clearly shows repurposing evergreen topics is far more efficient. This means your initial creative investment pays continuous dividends, feeding all your channels for months with zero extra effort. Listen, right here is the breaking point. A static system fails, it gets outdated and loses relevance. You have to close the loop. Training Claude with real performance data means your automation learns. It stops making guesses and starts making proven decisions, constantly refining its own output to what your audience actually engages with. Claude's superior context window makes it ideal for maintaining consistent brand voice across all content. A single master prompt can generate multiple content formats optimized for different platforms. The real power comes from connecting Claude's outputs directly to your publishing workflow. Start by creating your master prompt today. Just describe your brand voice and best content examples to Claude.